Okay, so today is day one of 7 days of Facebook Live. And what I've been saying in the event is that the event for the Writing Incubator leading up to us opening the doors, which actually started today, April 1st, is that I'm going to share the first 7 days of our writing prompts and what's happening behind the scenes as women are preparing for a 4-month journey together. So I posted in the Facebook group, and when I upload this to YouTube, I will also put it in the comments what today's writing prompt is. And it's about setting intention. All week long, we're going to set intention. But today is about making a list of goals and desires for the next 4 months, because that is the time that we spend in the writing incubator. Now, you can make a list of goals and desires for today, for this week, for the month, for the year. But I chose 4 months because that's the time period that we're in. So I'm going to go step by step through this writing prompt and just talk a little bit about it in more detail. So I have the written form over here, so I'm just kind of scrolling through so that I can talk about it. Okay, the first thing is, I was telling the women today that the energy this time in the group is really bold. It is a big, bold, badass yes. I can feel the energy as we're coming into this. Partly because the 8 women who have said yes so far, I mean, we keep it to about 10 to 20 usually in the writing incubator. But right now there are 8 of them, and they all have a book, a project, a blog, something that has forward movement. They have a structure. They're ready for the next part of it. And that's just where it is right now. And I want to say also there's someone in the group who is using the writing prompts to explore a little bit more of her life right now. And so she doesn't have a project she's committed to. And that's one of the things too. But one of the things that I wrote in this writing prompt is a warning about what a big, bold, badass yes really means. And so as women are starting, the thing that I want to tell them is that sometimes being big and bold and a badass is honoring that you need a rest, is being quiet. Big, bold does not always mean loud. It means tuning in. To be a big, bold badass, this is what I wrote, you must tune into your needs. That is the biggest thing that you can do for yourself. That is the boldest thing that you can do. It's when to say yes to something and when to say no. So saying yes is going to be something different for each woman in this program, day by day, week by week, month by month. And so it's really honoring, does someone need rest? Does someone need play? Does someone need work? Integration, stillness, silliness, loudness. And so just tune into that for yourself. That as you come into, let's just say this next 4-month period for yourself, what is big and bold, moment by moment, tuning into your needs. All right, so when we talk about intention, we're talking about something that you want to point your arrow towards. And so having a list of goals, desires, things that are bubbling for you, having that in a place where you can check it on a regular basis. Am I on track? Have I been distracting myself? Is that thing that I want to work on ready for a rest? So I'm going to put it to the side and focus on something else, because that creates a little bit of space in my creative project. So this is moment by moment, but if you have a template of where you're going, what you want to work on, that you want to write a book, let's just say it that way. There's a book that you want to write, and you set that as an intention that you're going to keep returning to writing that book. and maybe you have a whole week where you work on it every day for a part of the day. And then you have a week where a lot of other things are going on in your life. And so you go do those, but then you can come back to this thing that you want to do. So it could be a sticky note that you put on your computer. I'm writing a book. And so when you do get distracted or something else is going on, you have something else to turn your attention to. So, and I also put in this prompt, it's a place to notice when you're on track, when you're off track, when you need to step away, and when it's time to dig in, when it's time to climb the next mountain, to know what the difference of that is. Part of the setting an intention also is, if you can think of your life as a container that you are placing your attention on something. So what I am doing in the Writing Incubator is that the 100 days of writing prompts sets an intention. It holds an energy. It creates that space. So this time I was guided intuitively to use 12 chakras as a place to point our arrow and hold an energy and stir the pot. So weeks 3 to 14 in our 100 days will be on the 12 chakras. Okay, so what I listed then underneath is start today, make a list of goals and desires you have for the next 4 months. Notice how you feel about that. Notice, are any of these things that you think you should do? So sometimes there are things we should do. For instance, I just finished doing taxes. That was not, some people like doing their taxes. I didn't owe any money, but it still was the paperwork of it. It was the thing that I had to do. So notice what's on your list and how you feel about it, and why is that on your list? Is it really something you need to do so that you can, okay, I'm going to do this, and then that's going to free up my energy to do some other things. That's how I felt about the taxes. And yay, I mailed those last week. So that's all done. And then I encourage you to play with the list. You know, maybe if it feels hard to make a list, like I don't really know what I want, then start with something simple. The example I used was, number 1, wake up every morning. That's a good one. 2, drink coffee. I like to do that. 3, go to the bathroom. 4, write for 5 minutes. Instead of thinking that you have to set aside tons of time for your creativity, pick 5 minutes of something to do. All right, and then see what other ideas show up for you. I encourage the women in the Writing Incubator to look at their list every week and just review it, play with it, tweak it, make adjustments. This is your life. You can change things, remove things, add things. You know, maybe there was something that you thought was a desire, and then you realized, you know what, that's not really my desire. That's somebody else's desire, somebody else telling me. So my big, bold move today was to get on and do this Facebook Live from the kitchen that I am pet sitting in. And I'm not pet sitting in the kitchen. I'm pet sitting in a house that has a kitchen. So this is what it is. And also, this is my roll out of bed. Look, this is the no makeup, nothing to the hair, just here I am. And sometimes that actually looks better than any kind of primping and whatever else. So that was my big, bold, badass move today, was to say yes to doing this every day. And today, just being like, you know what, I'm going to do it right now. And let the sun come in to the side and be here with you. All right, see you tomorrow for day 2 of setting intention. Thanks for stopping by.